The difference between you and I is I do not give a fuck about going to zero. I will try and fail and fail and try. I will go broke as many times as I have to make it work. Because I know that there is no amount of money in the bank or monthly salary or false sense of security that ever outweighs the feeling of knowing that you're not living up to your potential. Ask any old person. People take that shit to the grave. The only thing I'm taking to the grave is memories of a life that I squeezed absolutely everything out of. You have to be willing to go to zero. You have to be willing to fucking die if you want it bad enough. When you want it bad enough that you would rather get it than survive, you will get it. When the only option is to succeed, you will succeed. You're going too easy on yourself. I've done it before in the past. I've thought, always a fallback option. I can just go home and work and then try again. No, fuck that. Stop doing that shit. Stop giving yourself a way out. All in. Burn the boats. Started 2026, I moved to Vietnam with all the money that I had left to my name. I burnt the boats. I had no idea if it was going to work on paper, but deep down inside me, I fucking knew. I knew that if I gave it everything and I didn't give myself a way out, it would work. Fast forward to now, I'm living in a villa in Sri Lanka, making more money weekly online than I was making in a month last year. Last year, I was serving tables for minimum wage in Canada. Being a fucking degenerate. Drinking and smoking and doing drugs multiple times a week. Partying, being a degenerate. But I knew that I had to change, and I knew it had to be drastic. Otherwise, you just fall back into the same loops, the same bullshit, the same life. The old frequency will take you back to stay the same. So, like I said, I burnt the fucking boats. I learned and I built systems that I knew were going to take me there as long as I was persistent. You have to go all in. It's the only way to make a drastic change and to make yourself become the person that you need to be in order to achieve the goal. That was the biggest thing for me in the last 6 months. It's not about what I was doing, it's about who was I becoming. This transformation that I've done was all based on identity. I couldn't create this life living in the old identity, living in the old version of me, the old frequency, the party animal, the fucking, smoking and drinking and being a crazy dickhead. I was never going to be able to build this life as that person. So I focused on becoming the best version of me internally. What is my identity? I'm a $50,000 a month day trader who makes really powerful, impactful content creator, and I live a life of freedom. I've been telling myself that same thing over and over again for the last 6 months until it happened. Identity is everything. What you do is a result of your identity. It's your beliefs and your self-image, all the internal shit that's held deep within your subconscious mind. That is what you become. That is the output that you produce. Everything starts internal. Identity, self-image. I started dressing nicely. I cut my long hair off. I started talking a different way, holding myself a different way, posture a different way, because I was becoming a different person. I was never going to be the same person doing something different. You will only ever be what you already are. You will only ever be what you already are. That may sound confusing, but let's break it down. I was never going, back to my example, I was never going to be this version, the $50,000 a month day trader, whilst I was that old person. I could only ever be a $50,000 a month day trader Once I acted like a $50,000 a month day trader, you will only ever have what you've already got. You will only ever have what you've already got. What the fuck does that mean? You will only ever possess physically what you already have, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. I wasn't getting any payouts. I wasn't making any money from trading because I was still trying to get the trades, get the payouts, get the money. I just gave it to myself. I said, I'm a $50,000 a month day trader. I make $50,000 a month. I started seeing deposits going into my bank account. I started imagining myself pulling my phone out, seeing that I had 100,000 followers, seeing that I had hundreds of thousands of dollars in my bank account, and I felt what it was like to experience that. And guess what? Reality caught up. Reality caught up to my identity change. That's the thing that I'm trying to drill into you. You need to go all in. And that going all in starts off with identity. You need to go all in on crafting a new image of yourself internally, crafting a new identity. Once you have that identity locked, once you've decided on who you're going to be, once you have shifted to a point internally where you truly believe that you are that person, that's when it's time to become that person in real life. That's when you implement strategies and systems and tools and productivity fucking trackers to become that person. You prove to yourself and to God and to the universe that you are ready to take on that new identity. All right? You do the actions and the habits, the routines that prove that identity in real life. This is where the gap in this fucking self-development thing is. It's most people focus on all action. Some people focus on all mindset, spirituality. The gap is in between. Once you're aligned internally with the version of you that you want to become, and you're adapting externally to prove that version of you to the world, from that place, you get to intentionally create the life that you want. You get to practice being that version of you. You get to practice feeling the emotions of having the things that you want. You get to take yourself out for dinners and LARP. I fucking meant to be here. I go spend 200 bucks on a dinner. This is when I had no money. Spending 200 bucks on a dinner and thinking, yeah, I deserve this. This is who the fuck I am. It became normal for me. And once it became normal for me, that's when it started to happen in real life. I'm going to leave you with this. Identity comes before any outcomes. Once you align internally and you're adapting externally, you can intentionally create a 0.1% life. The only thing holding you back is you. And the reason why you're holding yourself back is because the programming or the limiting beliefs that you've grown up with make you believe that you aren't capable. But I promise you, my friend, you are capable of so much more than you give yourself credit for. You just need to see it.